From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. A coroner's inquest into how a mass killer in Saskatchewan died in police custody is expected to hear more details about what happened as it enters a second day. Miles Sanderson killed 11 people and injured 17 others during a stabbing rampage on the James Smith Cree Nation and in a nearby village back in 2022. He was on the run for several days when police managed to track him down, and there was a high-speed chase on the highway. The inquest saw video yesterday of the truck Sanderson was driving losing control and hitting the ditch. Cindy Ghostkeeper Whitehead, a family wellness worker for the First Nation, says the inquests are emotional, but they're also important.
I suppose that there is a sense of closure, I guess, and that we can start to move on. And I know that once this week is over, there'll be a little bit more closure.
After Sanderson was taken into police custody at the side of the highway, he had a medical emergency. The inquest heard he was brought to a hospital in Saskatchewan, where he was declared dead. Stock markets may be hovering around record highs internationally, but Canadian bank shares are not catching as much momentum as first quarter earnings season begins this morning. Experts say the sector has been lagging on concerns of sluggish loan growth, risks to existing loan portfolios, and a range of other headwinds. Scotiabank and BMO start off with their earnings this morning, followed by RBC and National Bank tomorrow, and CIBC and TD Bank on Thursday. Out east now, where it's back to business for the Nova Scotia legislature. Set to open today, the sitting is expected to be dominated by the third budget from the governing Progressive Conservatives, which is set to be tabled on Thursday. The leadership is also expected to introduce legislation to create a new energy regulator and an independent system operator to take over Nova Scotia Power's current function of determining grid access for independent power producers. Healthcare, a lack of housing, and the cost of living are also expected to be touched upon. Overseas now, where a Moscow court is sentencing a veteran human rights advocate who spoke out against the war in Ukraine to 2 years and 6 months behind bars. Oleg Orlov, who is 70 years old, was taken directly into custody from the courtroom. The co-chair of the Nobel Peace Prize-winning human rights group Memorial was convicted of repeatedly discrediting the Russian army in an article he wrote denouncing the invasion of Ukraine. The verdict concluded a retrial after Orlov was earlier ordered to pay a fine, underscoring how little tolerance President Vladimir Putin's government has for criticism. And veteran paparazzo Ben McDonald has reported Taylor Swift's father, Scott Swift, to police in Australia for assault after the pair stepped off of a yacht on the Sydney waterfront and into an altercation with McDonald. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Evan Bouchard's goal off a slap shot at 1:25 of the third period stood up as the winner as the Edmonton Oilers beat the visiting LA Kings 4-2 to snap a 3-game losing streak. Connor McDavid also chipped in with 2 assists. The Ottawa Senators' 2-game win streak has come to an end as the team fell to the Washington Capitals 6-3. Brady Tkachuk and Shane Pinto each had a goal and 2 assists for Ottawa. Over to the NBA now, where All-Star Scotty Barnes had 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists for his 4th triple-double of the season, as the visiting Toronto Raptors beat the Indianapolis Pacers 130-120. R.J. Barrett scored 24 points, and rookie Grady Dick added 18 for the Raptors, who won their 3rd straight contest. And finally, at the FIBA AmeriCup 2025 qualifiers, Canada crushed Nicaragua 88-46 to improve to 2-0 in Group C. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.